Hey, what is up guys? Break the Walls 10 back again with another video, and in this video I will be giving you the results and my personal review of the Royal Rumble 2013 pay-per-view. Just went off the air, and good show. I mean, nothing spectacular. I don't think it's a show that's going to go down as, one of the best of this year, but it was solid. It was a very good show. Nothing terrible on the show by any means. The matches were solid. So we're just going to dive right into this. We're going to start off with the opener, which was the Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show last man standing match, which was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Honestly, I can't compare the first one to this one because, truth be told, I didn't see the first one on SmackDown, but I thought this was good. Nothing more than that. They had a cool spot where they were, Del Rio and Big Show were by the stage, and it's kind of like a little scaffolding kind of thing. I don't even want to call it scaffolding, but like something, a part of the stage, they were climbing up on it, and Big Show gave Del Rio a choke slam from there through a table. That was a pretty good spot. But I mean, nothing really out there. Of course they had to do the barricade spot, which they do with like every Big Show match, it seems now, where Big Show either spears somebody through the barricade or they move out of the way and Big Show goes through it by himself. This time he went through it without Del Rio. Del Rio moved out of the way, and Del Rio did win this match. We had shades of Cena versus Batista from a few years ago, where Cena duct taped the Batista's legs together, feet together, so he couldn't get up. The same exact finish. Ricardo was taping up Big Show's feet together so he couldn't get up, while Alberto Del Rio applied the cross arm breaker. So Del Rio won, he retained, and people, they were bitching about this finish, saying it was a heel finish, but I don't agree with that at all. There's no rules in a last man standing match. There's no disqualification or anything like that. Anything goes. So really, this is just a face outsmarting a heel. I don't understand why people don't really get that concept. I mean, if this happens, maybe this is just a bad comparison, but I said this on Twitter. It's like a cartoon. I mean, really, how many times does Bugs Bunny have to outsmart Elmer Fudd? Does that make Bugs Bunny a heel? No, it just makes him smart. So, I just don't agree with everybody bitching about this finish. But there were a lot of finishes that people bitched about on this show. But as far as the match, 3.25 star, good match there to open up the show. Then we had Team Hell No versus the Rhodes Scholars for the Tag Team Championship. I mean, I think that, first of all, the match was decent. The thing that I don't understand with these two teams, they can't get past a plateau. I mean, it seems like they have the same exact match every time, or they just can't have a really good tag team match. It's just always decent, or it was fine, whatever. This was a decent match, nothing special really. Team Hell No retained. I mean, listen, I think it's time to move on from this feud, because this was the time to give Rhodes Scholars the titles. But Daniel Bryan and Kane, they retained, and I don't know what else to say. I was a little disappointed that Rhodes Scholars did not win, but it is what it is. The match was decent, whatever. Then we had the Royal Rumble match. Alright, so I would say that this match is probably, personally, I saw people say that this match was better, in ring than last year, but honestly, I just didn't enjoy this Royal Rumble match that much, as I did last year for some reason. It was still good. It was a good Royal Rumble. We had the return of the Godfather, Goldust, who else? Chris Jericho at number 2 with Ziggler. That was awesome. That was just a total mark out. really hope that Jericho stays around for WrestleMania. But other than that, I mean, nothing really spectacular about this match. You know, it was really well done, but I think it lacks some spots. I mean, you had a Kofi Kingston spot where he's basically one thing leads to another, and he's stuck on top of the Spanish announcers table and has to use JBL's chair to get over. He was thinking about hopping from the announcers table to the ring apron, but he just couldn't. But stuff like that, and then you had the Kane Daniel Bryan spot where Daniel Bryan eliminates Kane, and then somebody eliminates Daniel Bryan, but Kane catches him, so technically it's not an elimination. So they're going back, yes, no, about whether to bring Daniel Bryan back in the ring. Kane just drops him. So, but other than that, I mean, you know, the spots just weren't there in my opinion. But the final four was Randy Orton, Sheamus, Ryback, and John Cena. One thing led to another. Ryback and Cena are the last two. Shocker. You know, basically these were the only two guys that realistically had a chance of winning this thing. And I just did not like the finish. Ryback didn't really get any offense in on Cena, which he needed to if he was going to lose this match, in my opinion. But, you know, Cena tosses him out. Ryback just didn't get out of the over the top rope very gracefully, so it kind of came off weird. But Cena did win. You know, I don't know. I think this is just really lazy with the WWE's part. I mean, whoever's gonna be getting that World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania against Del Rio, assuming that Del Rio stays champion until then, they should have won this match. Because honestly, I don't think that Cena needed to win the Rumble to get a title match at WrestleMania against The Rock. I mean, he could have just challenged The Rock. I mean, Rock challenged Cena last year to the match. Now Cena challenges Rock to the match. Like, I didn't understand it. I don't like it. Cena just did not need to win this. Honestly, it's John Cena. He never needs to win a Rumble because he's John Cena. Give whoever is going to be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship match, the World Heavyweight Championship, I should say, just give him the Rumble and then move on, you know? I don't know, I didn't like it, but overall, good Rumble match, 3.25 star. And then we had the main event of The Rock versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. No Divas match, which was kind of surprising, but we go right into this match. It's definitely not better than Rock and Cena from last year at WrestleMania, I can tell you that much. I was disappointed, you know, very much disappointed in this match more than Cena versus Rock, because honestly, I thought Cena versus Rock was awesome. This one, not so much, and it wasn't because of the finish or anything like that, because I actually liked the finish. But there was just something about this match, it just didn't work for me. It was just really weird. The crowd just, I don't know, sometimes they seemed like they were lost. They just weren't reacting to some of the stuff, and it just didn't work for me. And then, you know, they had a spot where Rock was going to put Punk through a table, the Spanish announce table with the Rock bottom, but then the table gave way before he could, so the table gave out, and thankfully Rock and Punk weren't hurt, because that would have been awful. But I just feel really bad for those two, because that was going to be a big spot. But Rock eventually gives Punk a rock bottom on the on the outside, so it wasn't that bad. But the finish, people were bitching about this. I don't know why. Lights go out. Rock, the Rock ends up getting thrown through the table, announcer's table, but nobody knows who it is. Michael Cole is marking out, saying it's the Shield. Punk gets Rock when the lights turn on. Punk gets Rock, throws him back in, and pins him, wins the match. People, like, I don't know why, but people actually believed this was going to be the finish. They were just, like, going nuts on Twitter. But as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, where's Vince to restart the match? I thought it was pretty obvious. But it's restarted, and a couple minutes later, Rock wins with the People's Elbow. He's the new WWE champion. No John Cena confrontation. I thought Cena was going to come to the ring, and have a little face-off with Rock, but that didn't happen. But, I just like the finish because it's like after all these main events that the Shield has, essentially gave CM Punk his title victory, it backfires. It needed to backfire eventually. And, in the end, the Shield cost Punk the match. So I thought it was fine. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good match. Nothing special, though. It wasn't really good. It wasn't very good, but it was good nonetheless. 3 1/4. I don't know. I expected a lot more from this. Just because it was like a big time match, and honestly just didn't deliver for me. Just for me personally. But overall, 7.25 out of 10 for the pay-per-view. Good pay-per-view. I think that it's not going to be one of the best of this year. I'm sure Extreme Rules is going to be better. Money in the Bank is going to be better. Probably WrestleMania. But, good matches on the show. I guess you can say questionable finishes, but in the end, it was worth my time. I thought it was a good show. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys later.